Here's a look at the radar. This goes back for the past 6 hours. And you can see here what we've been watching. Again, it was just that isolated nature of showers moving in. There wasn't really any organization with it. It wasn't like a line of storms moving along a cold front. These were just showers and storms that were developing thanks to the heating and the humidity building in, causing a few of these to erupt. There was some motion with them, generally pushing down toward the south and also to the east there, a southeasterly movement with those. We still have some that are out there right now. We'll take a closer look at this one coming up in just a moment here. That has moved through Floyd County with some heavy rain and thunder and lightning with that. That is still here on the southern parts of Floyd County, moving into northern areas of Polk County and also parts of Bartow County. That's going to move into Paulding County here in just a bit too. We had a few showers on the south side earlier. We were tracking these for you tonight at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock tonight. Some of those had thunder and lightning with them as they moved through areas of Coweta County, Pike County, down into Upson County. Those all faded out. We had another little bit that came here right along 75 a little earlier there on Henry County during the evening hours. It was just one that pulsed up and moved to the south and east and then pretty much rained itself out. Also in northeast Georgia, we had a few of those showers that developed here just a little bit earlier. Not a lot of the rain fell inside the perimeter. We did have a couple of showers here that were on the south side a little bit earlier. They didn't last long, didn't dump a lot of rain there, but part of that, as it moved down to near McDonough, that's what kind of flared up and caused some heavier showers in parts of Henry County. But what's been happening is these showers have been relatively small, not impacting a lot of people, but even though they were small in size, they were still pretty strong with the strength there as it had some heavy rain with it and thunder and lightning. Here is what is left of that one. Here's how it looked coming through Floyd County just within the past hour or so. Now pushing down toward Taylorsville, and it is weakening. It's not as much rain as we had over the Rome area just a little while ago. See how that's right there? See how that's shrinking now as it's going down into Taylorsville? Again, the northeastern parts of Polk County, southern parts of Bartow County, about to move into Paulding County, if it even holds together enough to move into Paulding. There is another cell there near Dallas with just a little bit of mainly light, a couple of pockets of moderate rain moving there. East of the city, we had a good coverage of rain coming out of Hall County. Now we were tracking this during our newscast earlier tonight when those showers were over Lake Lanier. They pushed through Hall County, North Gwinnett, into parts of Barrow County, Oconee, Clark County. Saw some of that. So that was one cell that was falling apart. Then another cell developed ahead of that. And that's what kind of flared up near the Athens area. And especially near Watkinsville in Oconee County, that had some thunder and lightning with it, pushed into Greene County. And then it started falling apart as it crossed over I-20 there around the Greensboro area. So all in all, north of I-20, yeah, we had a few of those isolated showers and storms that rolled through. And on the south side, we had some of those around as well. These are the ones that I was showing you a little while ago that were in parts of Coweta County, pushing down into a little bit of Meriwether County, and then some of that flared up in Pike County near Zebulon a little while ago, and down into Thomaston, and then it fell apart. There's that one in Henry County that flared up right along 75, had a little bit of thunder and lightning with it near the McDonough area. But now, as we're in the evening hours and we're losing some of the heating, things are beginning to settle down somewhat. Even though we're still holding on to a little bit of lightning there still with that cell in southern Floyd County moving into parts of Bartow and northern Polk County, that is shrinking a little bit. So we see that cell that's going to be diminishing here for the next little while too. And around the southeast, as we mentioned, there's no real rhyme or reason or organization with these storms. They're just developing, and now that we're losing the heating, they're falling apart. So nothing else major is going to be moving our way tonight, and we think it is going to be a rather calm night out there tonight too. Here is a look, a live view up in Rome right now. It's no longer raining in Rome, but if you look down on the streets, you see that the streets are still wet from some of the showers. See how the lights are reflecting there off of the street? That's from the showers that came through just a little bit earlier. You can still see the wet roads here on this side as well, but the rain has already moved out of Rome. It's just going to take a little while for those streets to dry a little bit now that we don't have the sunshine out there, and it is going to start drying out and evaporating that moisture. Here in the city of Atlanta, things are looking good. Again, we didn't really have anything major going on here in our area early. You know, most of us stayed dry out there today. There were just a few of those isolated showers that came on through. through, but still looking good, looking over Grant Field right here, Bobby Dodd Stadium. You can see our skyline, another view of the skyline from a different vantage point from our tower cam over on Arizona Avenue, right at the DeKalb-Fulton County line, looking westward here toward the city. You can see the skyline, again, good visibility, and a few of those clouds out there. You know, it got hot out there today. 90 degrees was our high temperature this afternoon. That is 6 degrees above the average. We should be around 84 for this time of year. Our low this morning was 68. Again, another day about 2 degrees above the average. The average low for this time of year is 66 degrees. Now, even though we had some areas that picked up some rain in those isolated spots, Hartsfield-Jackson, the official rain gauge here for Atlanta, didn't pick up anything. No rain there. So we're now at 2 3/4 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. The drought monitor update is going to be out tomorrow. It is going to be really interesting to see if we go from abnormally dry, where we were last week, if that abnormally dry area is going to expand in coverage, or if the abnormally dry is not only going to expand, but also change over to moderate drought. So we will know that tomorrow when the drought monitor is released a little bit in the morning hours here tomorrow. Here's that low. That was actually at 9 o'clock. Usually the low is happening around sunrise, but it was a little bit delayed there with that low of 68. And then we got up. Look at this. 89 is showing here on the hourlies, but it hit 90 for our official high. Then we dropped to 84 at 4, 86 at 5, 87 at 6. And then when the sun went down, we started cooling down a little bit more there with temperatures that are in the 70s, please excuse me, 70s out there right now. We're at 76 here in town. Marietta is a couple degrees higher at 78. Most places are in the low and mid 70s. Now, ignore that. I don't know why LaGrange is having some issue with their sensor there, but that is not correct at all. Athens a little cooler, 71 right now up in Gainesville. So here is what we're watching for tomorrow. 66 degrees for the low temperature early tomorrow. We will see maybe just a few morning clouds here and there. We do start warming up pretty quickly though during the day. We think we'll top off around 89 degrees. A couple of clouds mixing in, and it's not out of the question that we could have a lone shower developing tomorrow, but it's really less than 20%. That's why we don't even have percentages here. I'm really not thinking we'll see much at all in the form of rain. So tonight, we're going to watch any of those showers that are still lingering out there. They're diminishing. So that's going to be ending here for the overnight hours. And then we wake up tomorrow morning with dry weather conditions, sunshine mixing in with just a couple of those morning clouds here and there. Then as we get to the noontime hour, still dry. In the afternoon, now you do see a little bit of green trying to show up just in isolated spots there. But again, I'm thinking that's a less than 20% chance that you will actually get hit by a shower here during the day tomorrow. Then going into Friday, it's another dry start. Temperatures still there in the mid, maybe some upper 60s in spots, but dry weather here. Lunchtime is still dry. The afternoon hours, now this model trying to kick up a couple showers. I'm still going with the less than 20% chance for a shower. We have added 20% chance back in for Saturday as we're beginning to see some of this moisture trying to build in here, especially into the afternoon hours, where you see that kind of firing up here. I know this looks a little more impressive, but as of right now, this is just one run of this model trying to bring in a little bit more of that rainfall for Saturday. As of right now, we're still with a 20% chance for some of those isolated showers that could develop. Here is what we're watching with Tropical Storm Gabrielle. This is a tropical storm with max winds of about 50 miles an hour. Now I'm going to back up my graphics one more frame here because I want to show you the actual structure of this storm here. I left out one of the graphics that I want to show you here. And it is showing us here the way the storm is really kind of broad and not really, small or anything like that. It's a really kind of broad storm. And so that's why all the energy is not concentrated there around the center of it. Here's another look. I wanted to start off with this wider view. Now, this is the storm way out here in the Atlantic. Here we are in Atlanta here. And so it's still really far away. And you can see it's like pretty much halfway between here and Africa. But it has been moving from the coast of Africa. We started tracking this last week. as we were watching the wave come off of the coast of Africa. Now it has gotten a little better organized, and you can see here what we're watching. A lot of the convection, this is the center of the storm right here. A lot of the convection here is to the northeast of that storm. It's not really all concentrated around it, but it does have some influence to the south and also to the north there. So it's a really broad storm, even though the center of this doesn't really look that impressive right now. Here again is that track, and you can see how it moves up toward the north and west. It's moving at about 14 miles an hour, most likely maintaining tropical storm strength here. Like this is going to be early Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon still a tropical storm. We're thinking by Sunday, this will most likely be a Category 1 hurricane with winds of around 75 miles an hour, possibly increasing to 85-mile-an-hour winds on Monday. Now, this black speck that you see right there, that is Bermuda. And so far, the models have been pretty consistent in keeping this storm, curving it away just to the east of Bermuda. But again, it could be a close call there. So I want all the folks in Bermuda just to keep a close eye on this system, as it's going to be most likely curving away, but you could feel some impacts with it. The spaghetti models, the consensus of these also showing it curving away, but coming pretty close there. Now, the good news about it, if it does turn away and the center of the storm stays to the east of Bermuda, if it does impact them at all, at least it would be the quieter side of the storm. And again, this is based on what we're seeing right now. As you know, these models can change. They could start moving a little more westward. They could move over to the east too. So this is just what we're seeing out there for right now. There are a couple of other things that we're watching out in the tropics right now. Now, when I widen out, I want you to see, again, there is Gabrielle, okay? Now you see two yellow areas here kind of on top of each other. And I know that's kind of odd, but let me explain why. The first one that you're seeing here that has a 10% chance of developing, this is signified by the yellow X. We were tracking this a couple of days ago coming off the coast of Africa. Now it's over water. It's going to move into this area right here. But the latest model, the latest info that we are getting in, the latest data we're seeing about atmospheric conditions there, it's really going to struggle to get stronger. So the Hurricane Center actually brought the chances down a little bit from 10 and 20% now to 10 and 10% with that. The next one that we're seeing, this is the larger yellow blob here. That's coming from this. That is another wave coming off the coast of Africa. So it's still over land. Once it gets out into this area, again, this one will be pretty much moving away, but once this gets out into this area, it's going to have about a 20% chance of developing over the next 7 days. So still a lot to watch with these systems. They're going to be really close to each other. So we'll see if either of them is going to be able to hold together and potentially become a tropical system. Quick look at the European model, showing again dry conditions here for Thursday, also into Friday. Saturday, we've gone back to that 20% chance for an isolated shower, as well as on Sunday, we hold on to that 20% chance for showers going into the beginning of next week. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, the chances come up just a little bit more to about 30%. And we're going to be fine-tuning those percentages as we get new model data coming in. As of right now, Thursday and Friday are looking dry. Temperatures near 89 on Thursday, 90 on Friday. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we've got that 20% chance for showers back in there. Temperatures in the upper 80s on Saturday, mid 80s here on Sunday. Monday, still a 20% chance for a shower, but temperatures down to 85. We hold in the mid 80s on Tuesday and Wednesday, but it is on Tuesday and Wednesday when we may see a little more moisture coming in and a little better chance for a few isolated or scattered showers to develop here for Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, we'll be fine-tuning those rain chances as we go through the period. So looking at this overall, above average temperatures Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, then closer to average going into the second half of the weekend and next week. Average high for this time of year is 84. We'll be around 85 to 86 going into next week with those rain chances coming up just a little bit. So thanks for watching us here for this extended weather outlook on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have another update for you coming up tonight at 11 on 11 Alive News that you can see right here on 11 Alive Plus, and updates throughout the day tomorrow as we track Gabrielle, those other tropical systems that are out there, as well as tracking whether or not we see any of those isolated showers developing here. We hope you have a great night.